Good morning, you guys. I have to give a little truth talk because maybe it will serve some of you and it also holds me accountable. So my day started strong. I had a great breakfast. I moved my body and then I was going to go for a walk and my brain started to kind of spiral. I started thinking about some things. We have a lot of pots on the stove right now. And I went to the cupboard and I was like, you shouldn't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I did it. And I didn't just have a handful. Like, I ate the crumbs. I was like, you know, like it owed me money. So I want to talk about that because I know that this is a real life thing. I know that sometimes we struggle with this and then we start to be mean to ourselves. Oh my gosh. We start to be mean to ourselves and we think that the whole day is crap and you're just like, whatever, I'll just start over tomorrow. No. Okay, we talked about this a lot, about how you can break your day into segments or quadrants or thirds or whatever works for you. And this is part of having self-awareness, kind of getting curious. I'm going to say it's also part of having grace. However, if this is like a constant daily detour, then perhaps we have to go another layer or two deeper. But I just want to remind you that just because, you know, maybe you ate the chips or you ate the thing of brownies or the frosting straight out of the can, that was me last night, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. And it doesn't mean that you have to start over. It doesn't mean that your day is a complete waste and any of that. Okay, so I'm going to drink more water. That's kind of how I usually tend to like kind of reset myself. If I have rolled around naked with food and my emotions, I will drink extra water because I feel like, number one, it just kind of like makes me feel better. More than likely, I need to have more water anyway. And it kind of serves as that like hard stop. I have a slow connection, it says. It serves as that kind of hard stop for me. So anyway, I'm doing gut protocol. These were definitely not gut protocol. I guess I could say I'm not doing gut protocol and I'm just doing the containers. But I know how great I feel when I do gut protocol. So I'm not ready to put that back on the shelf yet. So this is just transparency. This is just truth talk, real talk. I'm about to go on my walk. Apparently I had a yellow or 2 or 5 containers. And yeah, it's okay. Okay. Your journey doesn't need to be perfect. If you're having this kind of all or nothing mindset, like if it's not 100% perfect, then you're doing it wrong. It really isn't going to serve you. And I know I've done it both ways. I've gone all in and done 100% at the sake of my own mental health. And I've also been kind of wishy-washy and kind of sort of showed up and kind of sort of gotten results. And so I don't know, like I don't have a roadmap. This is real life and it's messy and there's lots of stuff that everyone's dealing with that we're not necessarily talking about. So let's talk about this. The fact that if you do have a moment or two that is not according to plan, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't mean you have to have shame. It doesn't mean you need to wait until tomorrow or next week or collect this as proof that, see, I can't do it, or this isn't for me, or this is too hard. No, that's not true. None of that is true. It is going to be challenging, but you are 100% capable and 100% worth it. And some is always better than none, right? 100%. I'm reading a book right now called The One Truth by John Gordon, and he was talking about how having that, I'm not very far into it, so I don't want to butcher it, but basically it's like just having that awareness that like you're going to have times in your day, in your week, in your month where you're a high vibe and a low vibe, that's just kind of normal. And if you have that awareness, when you are in a low vibe, overwhelmed, feeling anxious state, you can remind yourself, you can kind of pull yourself out of it and be like, I know this isn't forever. I know this is just part of the human experience. And I think that there's something kind of helpful and freeing about that, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. I am the least perfect person. But you know what I'm really good at? I'm really good at not quitting. So I want you to try that on. I want you to try on the idea that you're really good at not quitting and you're really good at just playing the long game and you're really good at building your own resiliency. And if you do roll around and eat all the chips or the brownies or the frosting from the can, that you can step out of that and you can drink some water and you can shake it off and you just do the next right thing, guys. That's what this is all about. So I'm gonna do the next right thing. I'm actually going to write down that I ate a third of a bag of chips or however much was in here, probably just a quarter, but still, what's the serving size? 120 calories, 6 servings per container, 18 crisps. It's like a Barbie size serving. So yeah, wasn't perfect, but It's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just needs to be mine. Just needs to be yours, right? Okay, me and my furry coat, we're gonna go for a walk and listen to something. Because if I just listen to the thoughts in my own head, I'm probably gonna have kind of a terrible day. If you are not listening to other things that change your mindset, that help you build belief, that help you remember all the great things that are possible, this journey will look a lot different, okay? So take that with you today. Listen to something, whether it's an audiobook or a podcast. It doesn't even have to be more than like 5 or 10 minutes, but just that conscious, like you are choosing to make a deposit. You are choosing to fill your mind cup, your heart cup. You're just choosing to fill your cup.